What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for strategy B with the ticker symbol MSTR. I will first be going over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So MSTR is moving up higher because that failed breakout occurred just last week. You see the price broke below that 325 level, and it was acting as support. We saw a breakdown, no follow through. So price broke down lower, but there was no follow through towards the downside, and price is coming back up to probably stop out the shorts. So this may be at least a intermediate bottom, which we could see a good amount of higher prices develop from this. However, this could just be a retest of the breakout zone. So we're right at it, and we're still below the downward sloping trend line that has been in play basically since mid-August, and we're still below the EMA. And also, if you zoom out further, there was this bullish trend line right here off the swing lows, and this could just maybe be a back test of the trend line and the bearish sloping trend line for lower prices. So if we see a strong break above these two lines, I think that's a pretty good shot up back to the 360s and then possibly even higher from there. So again, the market is always changing. It's always dynamic. And just, last week it could look really bearish, and then all of a sudden it could start looking bullish. But I would still say this is still bearish territory until we see a strong break of these lines right here. That would show a change in momentum in the market. Right now it's still towards the downside, even though we're seeing a short-term pop-up. So let's see how this develops. It's all up to the MSTR bulls of how high they want to see the price go. So we're still below some key levels, but this is looking better than it has been before. This move up right here, this momentum is has the ability to break through these bearish levels. So that's why I'm looking at MSTR, looking for a break of the downward sloping trend line, looking for a break above that bullish trend line once again. Something like this would be really bullish. If we get like a strong move up, small little pullback, we can see probably another strong move up, something like that. So overall, still hanging in there. MSTR macro still shows that price is in this big range pattern. Highs are right around the 430s, lows are right around the 230s, 240s, and we're kind of still below the middle of the range, so that can lead to low prices as well. So we'll see what happens for MSTR, but we can go look at Bitcoin's chart right now as well. Bitcoin is pushing up higher nicely. You see that it was attempting to reach the 101 level. This was the measured leg down, one leg down right here, started the second leg down right here, and it's targeting the 101. It looks like it could be failing. We saw a strong reversal higher on Sunday into Monday. And once we break this bearish trend line right here, it's probably game over for the shorts. Most likely we're going to see a run up towards the 120s, mid 120s, and possibly even higher from there. So Bitcoin, it's trying to move up higher as well, which is a good sign. Macro, there's this long-term channel in play. And since we hit the top, price was trying to work its way to the bottom. So let me show you guys that right now. We hit the top of the channel right here. We were trying to work its way to the bottom. But if the market's really bullish, it may not get there, which as of right now, it looks like it's not going to, which is a bullish sign. And we can see probably price exceed the prior highs and make a new high. So overall, it's still looking pretty good. Still have plenty of time left in this bull market towards probably the end of the year, maybe even Q1, but most likely towards the end of the year. Still have a couple of good months left for a nice run up higher. So Bitcoin breaking, I want to see a break of this bearish trend line with conviction. Most likely it's going to run up to the mid 120s. And Bitcoin's price against MSTR's price, you can see the ratio is dropping right now. Which means that MSTR is slightly outperforming Bitcoin for the past couple of days now. Still above the bullish trend line, so you see there's still a trend in play. Price is still making higher highs, higher lows, finding resistance at this prior peak. Not a coincidence at all that this was a place where we saw a large drop, came back to the same level, potentially a large drop. If the bulls are able to defend the trend line, we may see a large breakout up. So we'll see what happens. But overall, looks like there's a slight outperformance in MSTR against Bitcoin as of right now, which you can see. Bitcoin's only up about almost 2 percentage points. MSTR is almost up 6 percentage points. Let's take a look at the weekly chart before we wrap up the video. And yeah, weekly chart shows that, we did have a strong move down, small little correction, bounce. If this thing can turn into something really bullish, we may see a strong reversal higher. But in the grand scheme of things, this may just be a pullback. So we'll see what happens in the weekly chart. Let me go ahead and move all the things. And it's nice to look at the chart, with a clean set of eyes. And yeah, it still looks bearish, even though, yeah, this week is looking bullish. Overall, this is still looking pretty bearish right over here, this down move. Yeah, we need to see definitely a strong break with conviction above, the 340s, 350s for this to be looking really bullish. Until then, it could just be a pullback to test these resistance levels and then, sell off lower, something like this, and then, sell off lower. So we'll see what happens. Definitely seeing more volatility in the market, which is good as well. And we'll go from there. Bitcoin looking for about a break above, let's say 17,000. If you can get to 17,000, is probably going to continue much higher than that. So looking for that, and looking for a break above probably the 340s, mid 340s for MSTR. That's all I have for MSTR today. Be safe, have fun, do great things.